All right, everybody, with us this week, we are joined by four-sport varsity athlete at St. Raphael Academy, incoming University of Rhode Island defensive linebacker, defensive end, jack of all trades, because we're going to get to that in a minute, and House Enterprise athlete. We got Moses Mew, the hometown hero, on the podcast. Moses, welcome to the show, and how's everything going?
Thank you. Everything's going well. How about you?
We're doing well. We're doing well. We were just talking off air about, unfortunately, the basketball loss, but you deserve some good rest after a long season. So we're happy to have you on board, and we're happy to announce the official partnership of the hometown hero with House Enterprise Athletes.
Yes, sir. Sounds good.
So let's dive right into this four-sport varsity career that you've had. Obviously, the bread and butter is football. You were a D2 Super Bowl champion, an MVP, three-time All-State. I mentioned the jack of all trades, Swiss Army knife. Let's see. This season, you had 94 tackles, 3 forced fumbles, 2 sacks, 2 blocked punts, a blocked field goal. That was just on defense. And on offense, you were a tailback, fullback, wide receiver, tight end, 9 total touchdowns, over 500 yards on the ground, 273 in the air, and you were a punter.
Yeah, yes, sir.
So how did you manage all those positions? Tell us how you got involved in all those positions. Tell us just a little bit about yourself on the field.
So going into St. Ray's my freshman year, it was all about finding the quickest way I could get on the field to see some playing time. And fortunately for me at the time, nobody was playing edge or outside linebacker. So I really worked at it during the summer training, and that's when I officially got my first start. I started against Woonsocket High School, and man, I had that game. I got my first touchdown in that game. Actually, I made a news clip. I caught a pick six and ran it all the way back. So just started my freshman year. It was really exciting. And then starting my sophomore year, we just started losing more key players because my freshman year we had a lot of seniors. So it was just a lot of positions that needed somebody, and I used to kick in youth, so I was like, hey, why not try out for kicker? So I tried out kicking off the tee. Coach liked it a lot, so I played kicker for a while. And then I started punting because why not? And then everything just started flowing from just spots opening up, and I was like, hey, let me try that. So yeah.
So I've got to ask you, this has been burning since we were talking about punts and blocked punts. What's more fun, being the punter or blocking a punt?
Oh, blocking a punt for sure. Blocking a punt for sure. It's really exciting.
Because I've never done either. I'll be honest. I've never punted. I've never obviously blocked a punt, but obviously there's that thrill of holy shit, I just blocked this guy's punt.
Yeah.
But there's got to be something cool about wow, I'm gonna just take this, but the long snapper is gonna get it to me, and I'm gonna boot this as far as possible.
Definitely exciting. At times it does get nerve-wracking. It was the championship game. We're backed up at the 10-yard line, so my steps were back in the end zone. So it does get nerve-wracking at times, in positions like that. But other than that, punting is really fun. Actually, I found a thing for punting. At pre-practice all season, I would just warm up my punts and just hang out and just everybody's watching me. Yo, how you kick it like that? And it's a lot of fun. Yeah, kicking's a lot of fun.
I love it.
It's got to be intimidating for the other team too, to be all right, this guy, he's probably going to have 5 sacks against us in the game. And then he's also probably scoring touchdowns from every position on the offense. And in the slight chance this team punts, we have a guy that can probably run around every single defender, either kick the ball or decide to keep it. So that's a pretty good little Swiss Army knife we have here.
And obviously you've had a lot of memories at St. Ray's so far. What sticks out, right? Is there anything, obviously you just took us through freshman and sophomore year, you had some great moments, but is there anything even more recently too that maybe it was a big game, maybe it was a moment What is one of your favorites at St. Ray's?
One of my favorites is definitely our championship win. I mean, it was very movie like. We're down 7-3. We're down 0-3 with 33.3 seconds on the clock. And they've been playing man on me all game. So coach sent me on a motion across the field, and one of our other star players, Ethan McCann, our quarterback, threw him a nice little slant and won us the game with 33 seconds on the clock. So that always just be in my head and in my mind that like, man, football is a game of inches, and like time is how much time. The game is not over until 0 seconds on the clock. So that's one that really sticks with me. Just the Super Bowl win.
Absolutely. So on top of football, let's run down your resume again. We got forward and center for basketball. You were a thrower for the indoor track and field, and middle hitter for volleyball. So how did you get involved in all these sports? And I'm assuming football is the passion and the main one, but, tell us, like I said, your involvement in the others and also just the love for the game in each.
Yeah. So track, I mean, I feel like everybody talks about track in high school. Just like I feel like it's a really good like individual, like so you could focus on yourself individually and like certain events that you want to do. So I really got into short distance running and indoor. Um and I just really found like the love for that, just to run and just always compete with somebody next to you, just to see like who's faster. And it definitely shows like, man, like who's been training more, who gets off the blocks faster. And there's a lot and that goes into track that a lot of people don't know, that you have to put a lot of time into. And also I would throw for track too. I would do the weight throw and I would do shot put. And there's a lot of technique in those. And this year I qualified for New England, actually New England's. So that was really exciting. I hit a couple PRs this season, and man, that's where track just came to me, honestly. Basketball, I mean, it was always football and basketball growing up, so I just had to try out for the basketball team. I mean, we had a pretty tough coach, like just like running wise and stuff like that. But I feel like everybody needs that. But man, I stuck it out for 4 years, and it was a hell of an experience. This year making it to the state tournament, making it to the Elite Eight. It's just like a lot of good things happened this year, my senior year, and volleyball. Well, we made it to the championship my sophomore year. My friend Israel. Well, first my friend Israel got introduced volleyball to me. My freshman year, unfortunately, got cut like short because of COVID. So we had a lot of just virtual learning, and we weren't really doing any sports at the time. But when we were able to go hybrid or just like start to go into school, I wanted to find something to do because it was just like, man, like I've already been sitting at home on my computer, not even being able to go outside. So why not find a new activity? And my friend Israel was just like, man, you would be great at this. So I gave it a shot. My sophomore year, we made it to the championship, but unfortunately lost. Then I played again the next season because I fell in love with it. It's a lot of fun. So my junior season, we made it to the semifinals and unfortunately lost. So I'm definitely gonna play this season again with my boys and just see where we could take this. So, and a lot of these sports were just introduced to me, and I just fell in love with it just because they're fun.
So if we handed you a baseball bat or a soccer ball or anything, like, are you just going to be a state champion and a expertise? I mean,
I don't know.
You know you're a gifted athlete, right?
Yeah, God did.
And when did you kind of figure out in your career that it was more than just like, okay, this is an extracurricular that, I'm staying fit, I'm being active. Like, when did you know that like I can take my, athletic ability in sports to the next level and play for college?
I mean, Well, going into high school, the focus was always on football. So I definitely always just wanted to go to the college level with football. But as far as other sports go, it's just a matter of just winning. You know what I mean? I love to like win. I love to compete. I love a good like match or a good game or just like, something competitive. So like just my competitiveness just always just gets the best of me. So it doesn't matter if I'm playing baseball, soccer, whatever I'm playing, I'm gonna always be competitive. So it's just yeah, it's just like that.
So you made a comment in a couple answers ago that, a lot of good things were happening senior year. And then, it's a Friday morning in January, you're getting ready to announce where you're going to school. And all of a sudden, you get the call for Rhode Island Gatorade Player of the Year, right? And this is, for those that don't know, this is a huge deal, right? You have people that have won in the past, like Tyler Kolek, who just won Big East Player of the Year at Marquette. You have Joe Mazzulla, who won it at Hendricken. You have Michael Carter Williams, Will Blackman, who won a Super Bowl. I mean, these are people that have gone on and had a lot of success. So, first of all, the fun question is, what does the trophy look like? Was that some serious hardware there?
Oof. I unfortunately don't have the trophy on me because I actually put it in the like in our alumni hall. We have like a trophy case, like a huge trophy case with all the Super Bowl trophies and stuff like that. So I actually had the honor of putting my trophy in there to just
He's a
like
man of the people. Look
That's
at
a good
that,
answer.
giving back to
That's a
St.
good answer.
Mary's.
yeah. And
But in all seriousness, like, do you remember when you got that call and what that meant to you? Like, was it joy? Was it surprise? Like, what was the emotion there when you got that?
so actually just I woke up actually so it was about a month prior in December. Um I've been just watching like the Gatorade, like on the Gatorade page it has a corner and it tells you how many days until they announce it. So I was just watching the days and at one point it said 5 days. So I was really excited. And then once it hit 3 days, I remember it like running back to like 36 days. So I
Oh,
was
no.
just like, dang, yeah, I know, right? And then I was just I wasn't really thinking about it. So when the time came, when that Friday came, I wasn't thinking about Gatorade Player of the Year or anything like it. So I wake up and then I head to school and my phone's just buzzing on Twitter and stuff like that. And when I check, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I actually got it. You know what I mean? Like all this hard work is actually paying off. Um, and yeah, it was really exciting. Like it's undescribable, honestly.
And then one excitement led to another where you made the decision on you signed your national letter of intent for University of Rhode Island. So you received a bunch of offers. I mean, Army, Wake Forest, a few other schools. So how did URI come into play, and describe us the decision making there and how you made the choice?
So actually actually made my mind up 1 week prior to my signing, and it was on an official visit. I went down to URI with my father and one of my closest friends, and uh, we took the time to go around the campus to meet some of the players. Obviously, meet with the coaches again. I went to a couple URI camps previously, and just on the visit, it just felt like home. You know what I mean? It just felt like the place I like wanted to be at, and you always want to go somewhere where you're actually wanted. So I just felt the love from URI, and I felt wanted. You know what I mean? And from the Sunday I went on Friday. The Sunday, the day I was about to leave, I talked to my dad. I just had a long conversation with my dad, and um the pros outweigh the cons. So it was definitely just like the places I wanted to be overall.
Yeah, so to take that a step further, I mean, you're going to be close to home. You'll have family, friends, and folks that follow high school football
Yes, sir.
around here that they'll be able to follow you, keep up with your career. So, what does that mean to you?
That means a lot. I mean, there's nothing better like as an athlete when you just work your butt off all week and go play on a Friday night, on a Saturday morning, and just look at the crowd and just see everybody cheering for you. You know what I mean? Um, this season the support was endless, honestly, and I feel like that's what really like drove me to become like who I am. Just always, just like when I look left and right, it's just always somebody there supporting me. Um, I'm very fortunate enough to just have all the support, so it's definitely it plays a huge factor in like my decision too. Just like all the support and just like who's around, you know.
And
And
then obviously we talked about all the positions, right? Like, have they given you any indication on where they want you? Will it be like as a linebacker on defense, or will we maybe see you take a couple of punts? Who knows?
So they actually gave me the option to like choose where I wanted to be. So ultimately, it came down to two positions, and that was running back or linebacker. And I feel like defensively, I just always just stood my ground. You know what I mean? When I came into St. Ray's, my first starting position was on defense, and I feel like just defending the ball is just like my thing. You know what I mean? So just choosing defense wasn't really like a hard choice. You know, it was just like something I always did, and it's just always fun. And I feel like in any sport, you have to learn defense first before you like start on offense. So yeah, yeah, I feel like it comes easier.
there we go. There we go. So, were there any mentors, in the state, your family, or in the sport, whether it was coaches on the youth level or high school level, that helped you along the way to get you where you are today?
Um, yeah, definitely. I have I have a couple youth coaches from this youth organization in Providence. It's called Providence Patriots. Uh, it started in 2018. But they previously were the Providence 49ers. But since I was about 8, 9, Jose Lugo, Dominique Pina, Ronald Scott, and Coach Travis London. These coaches were always just like always like right behind me, and I feel like they really like started like my love for football. You know what I mean? If like I'm saying that right. Um, they really just like always pushed me and just like man, like they always had something positive to say about like me playing, and it was nothing but positivity. And once I got to the age where it was like tackle and just like man, if I really don't like this sport, I'm not actually going to be playing it. Once it got to that point, it was just like I fell in love with the sport so much already that like I always want to play the sport, and it's just like I'll always work hard to always play the sport. So I feel like these coaches really just like were the stepping stone for me. And not only that, actually one of them just texted me too, like just now, and they're always here to support me. They're always at my games. They're always there to watch me. My signing day, they were all there just watching me, and man, they led the way for me, and I really appreciate them.
That's awesome. That's great to hear. So,
Yeah.
you know, like we mentioned at the beginning of the show, we are proud to have you on our team as well as House Enterprise athletes. So, as we begin to tell your story through our platform, we want to hear more about who Moses Mew is off the field. So we know some things that you've done in the past where, you volunteered locally during St. Olympics fundraising week. You have a lot of, work with the Pawtucket Soup Kitchen as well as the Ronald McDonald House. So how did you get involved with some of those initiatives, and getting involved in your community as a whole?
Um, as as a student at St. Ray's, you're required to do a certain amount of service hours. So it was just really me just trying to get out there and help people like to do my service. And another way I found like another easier way I found to do my service is just something that really connects to me, and I just thought football. And for about 3 months, 3 months on the weekends and some weekdays, I would go and actually go help coach at my old youth organization, and also with the place. It's like NFL Play 60. I would coach. I would teach kids how to play, just the basic fundamentals of football, and really, it's just a lot of fun too. I actually enjoy it, so I always go back out. I always pass my 30 hours every year. It's just like something I just love to do because the kids love it. The kids love seeing me. I love seeing the kids, and it's just a lot of fun when I'm with them. We actually take a lot of pictures, run special plays. We have a playbook, and it's just like I feel like it connects me more to just like the kids and the youth, and they just have somebody to look up to, and I'm glad it's me.
So the name The Hometown Hero, obviously, just with a quick Google search, you could find, you were named Hometown Hero. It was I'm going to get this right, McCarty's Furniture and Mattresses Hometown Sports Hero back in 2021.
That's right.
Is there more to that, or did it just stick from there, or what's the rationale?
Really, I feel like it stuck from there. Once that got released, I feel like the name just stuck with me. A lot of people, everybody calls me it today still. Just like walking in the hallways, it's like, "What's up, hometown hero?" And I mean, it puts a smile on my face. I obviously don't mind. It's a dope name. It's a really dope name.
It's a dope name that looks on a dope t-shirt as well. So we have your merch drop coming this Friday, March 10th. And per some news sources, you are actually the first Rhode Island the RILL athlete with an NIL deal. So not bad to lead the way in the state.
We made some history.
Absolutely. So, as we close out this interview, what are the plans for the rest of senior year and heading into the summer? We obviously know you're going to get some well-deserved rest before heading into volleyball, but do you have any plans in place, getting ready for graduation and all of that stuff?
Yeah, just a couple like personal events like prom, things like that. High school fun. And a lot of working out, honestly, just to catch up from what I missed during basketball season. Volleyball season is going to be a lot of fun. It's just always fun just playing with your friends. I feel like if there's one thing that you should do in high school, obviously, is to have fun. You're going to have a lot of work, a lot of things to do. Just complete that work and just go have fun. Go play those sports that you want to play. Go try something new. So my plans are pretty much just to have fun for the rest of my high school year. And then June 25th, I head down to URI and I start working from there. And it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be even more fun.
We'll be keeping an eye out for URI football this year, and obviously, get your Hometown Hero merch very shortly. Where can our listeners find you online, right? Where can they keep up with all your successes and keep up with everything going on in your world?
So as far as like news articles and stuff like that go, I always post them on Twitter, at Jack Meus, JACKMEUS. As far as just like my personal life or just like interesting things or sports fun that I just post, you could go straight to my Instagram. It's also Jack Meus. Just all my social media is at Jack Meus, so you can just find me from that same tag.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate the time. Good luck with everything. Good luck with the rest of that high school fun. I mean, I guess we're old and washed up now, because it's like when you said that, I like had some core memories pop up. I'm like, he is living up his glory days the next couple.
Unlocked.
So, yeah.
Unlocked.
So we appreciate the time, and we'll talk to you soon.
Of course. Thank you.